Hello and welcome to HW News. This is Miyarti. While the Bihar Assembly elections results are yet to be announced, the exit polls have given a sneak peek into what could await us on November 10th. All the exit polls have projected a clear edge to Grand Alliance over ruling NDA, and we also spoke about many of them on Saturday. But let's talk about the two other exit polls that are predicting a landslide, one-sided victory for Tejashwi Yadav-led Mahagathbandhan. Let's talk about these exit polls in this video today. First of all, we will talk about today's Chanakya and what exactly are they predicting for Bihar Assembly election. Now let me tell you, Bihar Assembly has 243 seats. Now let us see what is the seat projection by today's Chanakya for Bihar Assembly elections. So first of all, BJP and JDU plus, that is BJP and JDU alliance, as per today's Chanakya projection, they will get 55 seats. They are projected to get 55 seats. However, the actual result may vary. It might get plus 11 or minus 11 in the tally that is being projected by today's Chanakya, that is 55. So the actual result may have 11 more seats or minus 11 seat from the 55 that they have predicted. For RJD and Congress alliance, RJD, Congress left parties, that is the alliance partner, the Grand Alliance, for them, they are predicting 180 plus seats, and this could also be plus 11 or minus 11 in the actual results. Now this is a landslide victory that they are projecting for the Grand Alliance. As I said, the Bihar Assembly has 243 seats, so that places the magic figure above 121. So 180 is the figure that is being projected for Grand Alliance by today's Chanakya, and the actual result may have plus 11 seats or minus 11 seats. So that is the margin of error that they have predicted in the seat projection, and others may get 8 seats. However, there will be plus 4 or minus 4 seats. So others will only get anything between 8 to 10 seats according to today's Chanakya. But it is very important to note here that last time around in 2015 assembly elections, the Mahagathbandhan, which also that time included JDU, had received total of 178 seats, but this time around the Grand Alliance minus JDU, including left parties now, including Congress and RJD, will get 180 plus seats. That is what is being projected by today's Chanakya. If that happens, then it will be a record of sort for the Mahagathbandhan, despite JDU not being with them. Now let's move on to the vote share projection that today's Chanakya has given. According to today's Chanakya vote projection, BJP and JDU plus, that is NDA, will get 34% of vote share, and it may also include the actual vote share may differ. Actual vote share may include plus 3% or minus 3% of the vote share. RJD and Congress plus, that is the Mahagathbandhan, may get 44% of the vote share. It also has plus 3% or minus 3% of the marginal error, and others may get 22% of the vote share. Now, let me tell you, while the other parties are getting 22% of the vote share in this particular vote projection by today's Chanakya, it is important to note that according to their projection, they only get seats between 8 to 10. So you can understand that these other parties, including LJP, including the Plurals Party of Pushpam Priya, including other smaller parties like the Third Front raised by RLSP, Sharad Yadav and others, are denting into the major votes. Now let's move on to how major caste is moving in this election. So what exactly the caste equations are very important in this election. There are Yadav caste, there is upper caste, now the EBC is also there. So where exactly are these caste communities leaning, whether they are going for BJP or JDU plus, or whether they are going for RJD and Congress plus, that is whether they are going for NDA, or whether they are moving towards the Grand Alliance. That is what we also have to look at. And according to today's Chanakya, it is said that upper caste, whatever respondents they have interviewed for the exit polls, among them 60% of the upper caste have voted for BJP JDU plus. So that is their projection, and these are the caste and which direction they are moving. Upper caste 60% have gone to BJP and JDU, and 29% of them have supported the RJD and Congress alliance. Yadav is a stronghold of RJD and Congress. RJD especially commands dominance over Yadav vote bank. So 22% of them have supported the BJP and JDU plus, while 69% of them, majority of them, have supported RJD and Congress alliance, the Grand Alliance. Muslim votes have maximum supported the RJD and Congress alliance, the Grand Alliance, that is 80% of the Muslims have supported the Grand Alliance, whereas NDA only 12% Muslim supporters BJP and JDU alliance has found. Meanwhile, what is surprising is the SC, the scheduled caste community, 39% of them are backing BJP and JDU plus alliance, whereas 34% are backing RJD and Congress alliance. EBC, that is economically backward caste, 40%, record 40% of them are supporting BJP and JDU, whereas 33% are supporting RJD and Congress alliance. If we talk about the OBC voters, then 51% of the voters are supporting BJP and JDU, whereas 30% are supporting RJD and Congress party. Now, what exactly was the topic in this particular election? What had an influence? What topic was the most discussed in this particular election? What was the deciding topic on which people voted in the assembly election? It is also important to know that. And as was predicted in many other exit polls, many other surveys, unemployment remains the topmost priority. 35% of the people said that unemployment was the issue that decided where their vote went. Development 28%, corruption 19%, and any other issue was 6%. Now let me remind you that migrant crisis is also a very big issue in Bihar Assembly election. Let's talk about the next point. The today's Chanakya also asked the respondents whether they wanted a change of government in the state, and 63% of them had said yes, they wanted a change in the state government. That is 63% of the people wanted Nitish government out from the state, whereas 27% of the people said that no, they are happy with the current dispensation and they wanted Nitish Kumar to continue. 63%, however, majority of them had said that they are unhappy with the current government and they want a change in Bihar. So, Badlav is the word that is buzzing in Bihar. Change, that is the word that is buzzing in Bihar this time around. Let us move on to other poll, that is India Today and Axis poll. Well, let's talk about the other exit poll, that is India Today Axis My India exit poll. This particular exit poll predicts that Tejashwi Yadav is all set to dislodge Nitish Kumar from the power and the Mahagathbandhan will win 139 to 161 seats, and the exit poll also predicts that Nitish Kumar led NDA will be limited to just 69 to 91 seats. Now let's talk about comparison. In comparison to 2015 Bihar Assembly election, Tejashwi Yadav led Grand Alliance will add 40 seats to its kitty this time, whereas NDA is expected to lose 45 seats. Now let me tell you that last time around RJD had won 80 seats, and this time around it is projected to win anything between above 80, between 80 to 90 seats. That is what being projected for RJD, whereas on the other hand JDU last time around it had got 71 seats, but this time it is said that it will win anything between 40 to 50 seats. Let's talk about the next point, that is according to the exit poll, Chirag Paswan's LJP, which walked out of the NDA over its differences on seat sharing arrangement, it is projected to win 3 to 5 seats. Meanwhile, others, which includes the AIMIM, RLSP and the other party, Plurals Party, these are the other smaller parties, these are expected to win 6 to 8 seats in the assembly election. However, what is interesting to note here is that even though others are likely to secure 17% of vote in Bihar, now according to India Today and Axis My India poll, 17% votes will go to the other parties. This has not translated into them winning seats, as they are expected to win about only 11 seats. Now let me tell you, even the today's Chanakya seat projection for others was 8 to 10 seats, and also the India Today Axis My India exit polls is saying that 11 seats will go to other parties. When asked to respondent whom they want to see as their next chief minister, 44% of the respondents in this particular exit poll said that they want RJD chief Tejashwi Yadav to hold the top post in Bihar. In comparison, only 35% respondents said that they want to give Nitish Kumar another chance to lead the state. Nitish Kumar has already held the post of chief minister in the state for almost 15 years, that is more than a decade. What now apparently has worked to the Mahagathbandhan's advantage this time around in Bihar is that the youth have come out in its support in large numbers. According to this particular exit poll, 47% of the voters in the age group of 18 to 25 years and 26 to 35 years have voted for the Tejashwi Yadav led Mahagathbandhan. So youth are the maximum supporters of RJD led Mahagathbandhan. So this is what has worked to their advantage. What also gives out a clear age divide in voters' preferences is that the older voters have still preferred NDA over Mahagathbandhan according to this exit poll. Among those people aged over 61 years, almost 48% of the people have chosen NDA, while just 38% were in favor of Mahagathbandhan, that is RJD, Congress and left parties. This preference for the NDA is also visible in the age group of 51 to 60 years and 36 to 50 years. So people, the voters who are below 36 years of age, they have preferred Mahagathbandhan more. Let me tell you that the agenda of Mahagathbandhan, the campaign rally of Mahagathbandhan and the entire narrative that was set by Mahagathbandhan was woven around the unemployment issue, and that is why their appeal was more towards the youth. Now another takeaway from the exit poll is that the migrant workers have chosen to back Tejashwi Yadav over Nitish Kumar. This exit poll data also showed that migrant laborers preferred the Mahagathbandhan over the NDA, with 44% voting in its favor while 37% preferring the latter. The exit poll data also shows that unemployment remains the biggest issue for the voters in Bihar, as more than 30 lakh migrant laborers have returned to the state in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown. The exit poll data further said that 30% voters feel that unemployment was the biggest issue in the state, and this was a marked increase of 10% over the Lokniti CSDS Bihar pre-poll survey, which was conducted back in the month of October. So this is what the overall exit poll data looks like. All the other polls have also predicted that Tejashwi Yadav is clearly more favored to be the next chief minister of Bihar over Nitish Kumar. So will the exit polls prove to be true? We will have to wait until tomorrow for the answers. Meanwhile, the Rashtriya Janata Dal has put out a special appeal for the supporters. In a tweet, RJD has said that whatever the election results are on November 10th, it has to be accepted with complete restraint, simplicity and courtesy. Any fireworks, gunfighting, rude behavior with competitors or their supporters will not be accepted at any cost. This is what was the appeal made by the RJD. Well, if you are watching this video on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video and comment below what you think about the exit polls and what is your prediction for Bihar Assembly election results. Like our page on Facebook as well and share it the maximum. Thank you so much.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.